As I was looking at today's title, I realized that the way you spell two just kind of looks a little awkward. It just looks out of place. It's almost like when you try to spell baloney and then you have to put a G and an N and an A in there, and you're like, where the fuck did those letters come from? Anyways, let's get right into story one. I, 30F, just found my fiance, 30M, on an online dating site. What do I do? My fiance and I have been together for a year and a half. We moved in with one another a few months ago. Lately, he has been a bit distant. I've been cheated on in the past and have been really insecure with his change in behavior. He has assured me he is just stressed about work and because his car broke down a couple weeks ago and he hasn't gotten a replacement yet. I couldn't let the nagging feeling go on, so I did a little investigating. I didn't snoop in his phone or personal accounts, but I made a fake profile on a popular dating site, probably Tinder, and found him there. He was last on July 1st, and this was posted on July 5th. I don't know what to do. How do I confront him? What do I say? Can our relationship be saved? Do I even want to save it? I feel like I'm a wreck right now. Commenter 1. Honestly, I would catfish him under your fake profile before confronting him so that he can't later claim he never talks to women on there. It was an old account, he was looking on behalf of a friend, etc. I'm sorry. OP. Thank you. I am considering trying to catfish him. Commenter 2. Don't marry someone who is still out there dating unless you are okay with an open relationship. If you confront him, he'll say, it belongs to a friend. It was just a joke. I forgot I even had it. Test him out on the website and see if he's active or if he really does belong to someone else. Edit 1. Thank you everyone. Further investigating is leading me to believe that this is an older profile. The pics aren't recent, and I can positively date 9 out of 10 of them before our relationship. The last I'm not sure of on the date. I think that means a hacking slash signing in and trying to delete things scenario is a little more plausible. I don't think that it itself is enough to break up over, so I guess it's time to either confront or catfish. Edit 2. Well, people here are kind of split on it, but I took the advice to catfish. I need to know for sure. We'll update when such if anything comes of it. Edit 3. Kind of a major update. His profile is gone. I will confront him when he gets home from work. Wow, these commenters got some elite ball knowledge on how to make sure that you have proof that people are like cheating on you actively. So they can't just manipulate you when it comes time to actually leave them. And yeah, honestly, I'd do the same thing. Like, I don't even know how to catfish someone, but I'd try. I'd try for the sake of my 1.5-year marriage, which again seems kind of soon, right? Like they got engaged after 1.5 years, like before 1.5 years. Like, I don't know. I guess if this relationship falls through, then it was definitely a little too soon for them. Update 3 days later. I posted a few days ago because I found my fiance on an online dating site. I took Reddit's advice and catfished him. A few hours after I set the bait, I found that his profile had been deleted. When he came home from work, I showed him the screenshot and asked him what was up. Long story short, he was hanging out with his coworker, and the coworker was frustrated with figuring out how to navigate the online dating site. My fiance signed into his old account, opened in 2013, to try to help his friend figure it out. Apparently, a lot had changed on this particular site, and he realized that his knowledge was too out of date, so he logged out and that was it. A few days later, he saw in his email that he had gotten a message from a woman on the site and then he deleted the account. He obviously couldn't show me his dating site account, but he did volunteer to show me his email account with all the alerts from the site. The only woman that had messaged him recently was clearly my fake account. He also realized when we were looking through his email that he had an unused profile on another site. He signed in and deleted that one in front of me. I fessed up about catfishing him. He wasn't upset at all. Said he understood completely considering my history. He was more upset with himself for not realizing his behavior would make me so insecure. I apologized for not trusting him in the catfishing. He apologized for being so distant lately and not deleting his dating profiles ages ago. He offered an open phone social media email policy between us in case we ever stumble across another trust but verify type of situation. Commenter 1. Life is good, but you're so insecure you can't trust your boyfriend enough to have an adult conversation about this and instead go straight to catfishing. I not only give this relationship 6 months tops, unless you start handling problems in a healthy way, this kind of situation will keep happening. OP. We've already been together a year and a half and I've picked a wedding date. Commenter 2. Maybe marriage at a time when trust and communication needs to be rebuilt is not a great idea. You both need time to develop a way to communicate and to trust each other. The situation can be way more intense when married. What if he decides snooping is a bad quality? What if you realize you really can't trust him? Now, this commenter brings up a very valid point where why don't you just go straight to communicating instead of straight to catfishing him? But I would like to present the alternate scenario where her fiance is actually cheating on her with people from this dating site. So let's say he is and she confronts him, right? He could lie about it very easily and just say, oh, I swear it was like an old account, like he said. Like, look, I made the email back in 2013. I swear I'm not using it anymore. And that's probably proof enough for her to be like, okay, I believe you, just delete it. And then, maybe he would delete the account. Maybe he'd make a new one under a new email. Who knows, right? By catfishing him or trying to, right? Let's say she does successfully catfish him. Now she has undeniable proof that he is talking to other women. Now, luckily in this case, her soon to be husband isn't a piece of shit and isn't cheating on her. But in the worst case scenario, which is the way I tend to look at things, I know it's a bit of a negative mindset, but in the worst case scenario, she would have found out that he was actually cheating on her and DMing women on dating sites. So I don't think it was a terrible thing, although ideally it would have never had to come to that. But it just happens. I feel like it's one of those things where she did the best that she could in the situation that she was given. And, in hindsight, maybe it wasn't the greatest idea, but that's hindsight. And we never know what would have happened if her boyfriend actually was cheating on her. Also, this video is a little short, so why don't we do a second story? Am I the asshole for calling my girlfriend inconsiderate for the way she tested me? My girlfriend told me that she tested me by canceling a date when we first started going out. It was the date where we were kind of planning to smash for the first time. For context, she lives in the city while I have an hour drive. She waited until I was halfway to the city before canceling. I remember texting her as I got into the car and telling her I was on my way, and she still waited until I was halfway to the city. She had a lot of opportunity to cancel before I had driven half an hour. The date being canceled sucked, but she told me she was feeling sick and I told her it was okay and told her to get better. I had also asked her if she wanted me to come over and she said she didn't want to. She told me that it was a big moment for our relationship as she found that I am very considerate, but honestly, I get why she wanted to test me, but I really am pissed off in the way she did. She had no consideration for my time and effort. It was as if she really wanted to inconvenience me to see how I would react. I told her that it was pretty inconsiderate to wait until I had driven halfway to cancel, and she had been really inconsiderate in the way she tested me. She apologized half-heartedly and then said it was not a big deal and it has been 4 months. I told her it was a big deal to me, and we had an argument about it. I feel like a jerk because it feels like a really small thing to get mad about. Commenter 1. Not the asshole. I'm a woman, and women who test men piss me off. If you need to see how a dude will respond to a certain situation, you can always pose a hypothetical. Hey, so the other day my friend had to cancel on a guy who was on his way to see her, and he got all mad. At least he's seeing the red flags now. Then, see what the guy says. It's not rocket science. Testing is another word for manipulating, and it's gross. OP responds, I mean, I kinda get it though. Some people say all the right things but never carry through. I wouldn't mind if she had canceled the date before I left my home. It is just she waited until I had left home and driven halfway over till she canceled that I feel it's an issue for me. Yeah, I don't see the reason to test people. If I got tested, I'd be pissed, dude. Especially in this way. But like, he only really wasted like an hour of his time. So in hindsight, it's not that bad, but I think it's more the principle of wasting his time and knowing you're wasting his time. And that sucks. Because an hour drive, like, you could just bump music and you're probably chilling on your way out there, right? Like, from the dude's perspective, he was probably just blasting some music, having a good time, chilling on this drive out to this other city. But it was still a waste of his time, right? The No matter what, how he felt on this drive or whatever, doesn't change the fact that she wasted his time on purpose to see how he would react. And like the commenter said, she could have just posed a hypothetical and the same thing would have happened. So I don't know. Let's get into the update. Update 2 months later. My post received a lot of attention and I saw a lot of people supporting me and giving me a few different perspectives. I decided I need to have one more conversation about it with her, but she didn't respond well and she got defensive and started trying to make me seem like a bad boyfriend. I broke up with her a week after I posted. I think I would have been able to get over it if she had felt guilty about it and apologized, but she didn't think it was a big deal at all and just tried to make me feel bad that I even brought it up. Breaking up with her didn't go well. She called me names and then accused me of breaking up with her so that I could date men. I am bi. Well, I am happy that I broke up with her early on instead of wasting my time. I seem to be attracted to and attract the attention of controlling people and I need to work on that. I am going to stay single for a while. Commenter 1. Message her in a month saying dumping her was a test. Then an hour later to that, say the previous message was another test. Commenter 2. That's a class year and the right thing to do. The idea is still hilarious. Oh, that's funny, dude. You should have definitely did that. But I would have wanted nothing to do with it. Blocker, see you later. Actually, never see you later. So, yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.